Hello all, I welcome you all for this new course on Indian Geography, and here we are going to focus on the Indian Geography section of your GS paper. Okay, we are going to focus on the Indian Geography section of your GS paper. Okay, so first let us try to understand why this course is important to you. Okay, me spending a lot of time trying to teach you and you investing your precious time to learn something here. Before even we start the course, I just want you to understand why we are going to learn this, right? The first thing we are going to concentrate in the course is to get a clarity on the concepts behind the Indian geographical phenomena. So first we will get a good clarity on the concepts. Second, the second objective of this course would be to give you a detailed information of all the factual data that are important for the examination concerning Indian geography part. All information, latest updated information which is relevant for the examination. Latest updated information which is relevant for the examination, right? Third one is how to approach the question, how to approach the questions in the examination based on your data. There are a number of occasions in the examination where you will be seeing that you may not be directly able to answer the question. That question might be indirectly framed, that question might be related to some concept which you have learned in your classes or in your notes or in your preparation. So in that situation, how you should approach the paper or approach the question with the relevant information. We'll try to see that. Okay, approach to the examination in each subtopic. Okay, how you approach that particular subject or that particular topic, how to approach that topic as per the examination pattern. Okay, so we'll be focusing on all these three, and the ultimate aim is to score maximum marks with smart work. Maximum marks with smart work. So I can guarantee that if you follow this course schedule diligently with proper sincerity and concentration, you can achieve maximum marks in Indian geography part with smart work. Okay, smart work is different, hard work is different. I think you know the difference, right? So why answers this one, right? Why should join this course? Why I should learn this course? These are the things you are going to get out of this course or this module.
All competitive exams की సంబంధించిన AP General Studies English Medium Full Course 6 months validity తో కేవలం 999 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. Quick Arithmetic RS Agarwal New Edition Videos Full Course 3 months validity తో కేవలం 99 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ హైకోర్టు ఆన్లైన్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 6 months వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 899 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ ప్రిలిమ్స్ మరియు మెయిన్స్ ఎస్ఐ కానిస్టేబుల్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 1 year వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 1299 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. అదనంగా 10 books ఉచితంగా పంపబడును. SSC GD కానిస్టేబుల్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 3 months వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 699 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. APPSC గ్రూప్ 4 ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 1 year వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 1299 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. అదనంగా నోటిఫికేషన్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత 5 books ఉచితంగా పంపబడదు. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ SGT ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ వితౌట్ సైకాలజీ ప్యాకేజ్ కేవలం 999 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ టెట్ ప్లస్ DSC SGT ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ప్యాకేజ్ కేవలం 1499 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ TSC స్కూల్ అసిస్టెంట్ కంటెంట్ మెథడ్స్, తెలుగు కంటెంట్ మెథడ్స్, గణితం కంటెంట్ మెథడ్స్, సోషల్ కంటెంట్ మెథడ్స్, జీవశాస్త్రం కంటెంట్ మెథడ్స్ మరియు ఇంగ్లీష్ కంటెంట్ మెథడ్స్ ఏ ప్యాకేజ్ అయినా కేవలం 1499 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ గ్రూప్ 2 ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ప్యాకేజ్ 1 year వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 1499 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఈ ఆఫర్ మీ సొంతం చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నారా? అయితే వెంటనే ప్లే స్టోర్ లోంచి SNS పబ్లికేషన్స్ యాప్ అనేది డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ పర్చేస్ చేసుకోవాలి. For any other details, please contact 8070 555 777 90320 64822.
What are you going to focus on? Okay, for our examination, that is the prelims part or the mains part of essay paper or constable paper, we are seeing that a lot of questions are coming from Indian geography. A lot of questions are coming from Indian geography part, but this is not the only focal area. They are also touching the peripheral subjects. That is, apart from this, they are also asking questions on world geography. They are also asking questions on world geography, but not very deeply in the peripheral part of it, academic levels, right? And if there are any state specific examinations, that is, if you're either attempting Telangana paper or the Andhra Pradesh paper, there are chances of some state specific questions, okay, which are generally not touched in the Indian geography, which might be asked. So we will try to look in those fringe areas as well, okay, some state specific geography, okay. Though this is not covered in the regular Indian geography portion, because we are approaching a state board, we will try to focus on some fringe areas where there might be questions that can be asked in the examination. So our main focus will be Indian geography. Then we will touch upon world geography, we will focus on this one also, and then we will see, this will be an integrated part of this. This will not be a separate thing. As and when we go through the topics under Indian geography, there wherever there is a occurrence, we will try to add some points related to the state specific issues. Clear? So in that way, you will be having both the static information of the state and also the information regarding the current affairs. Okay? So we will be covering all these three in this course module. Am I clear? Right. Next. Now we have studied or we have learned why are we taking this course and what are the things that are going to be covered in this course. Now in general, geography, if you are starting the studies of geography, we should understand or we should at least know who are the people who helped us understand our earth. Okay, first we will see what is geography, then who are the people who helped us understand this subject geography or the entire study of earth. Clear? So first we will see who are these people. Initially, to start with or to begin with, and this course module is targeting the lowermost rung of the classes also. So there might be few situations where we will be dealing with the basics. Okay, we will be dealing with the basics which you might have already learned in your schools, that is 9th or 10th classes. So in that time, at that situation, I would like to convey that if you are already well versed with those things, it's good, but my objective is to make sure that each and every person is trying to understand what we are discussing here. So to help that each and every person, the last person, the 100th person also, to understand the concept, I will have to explain a few basics. So in that case, you might feel that these are two basics for which we already know those things, but even in those cases, you please bear with me, because those are important for the few people who might find it difficult to understand. So our objective is to take everyone along with us and keep everyone in the same pace of understanding. Clear? So first, if you start with the basics, we are studying geography, right? We are studying geography. Okay, right. Geography, this word is derived from Greek words. This word geography is derived from Greek words. And what is the meaning of this? If I break this, geo means earth. Geo means earth. Graphy is derived from the word graphos. Graphos, right? Graphos or graphia, which means to write about. To write about, or you can say to describe. To describe. To write about or to describe, right? So geo means earth, graphy means to write or describe. So in this subject geography, I am trying to write about my earth, my planet earth. I am trying to describe the planet which I am seeing around me. Okay, I am trying to describe the planet which I am seeing around me, and someone has studied that and described that, and we are learning that. Okay, someone has described it, we are learning it. Clear? So geography means the description or writing about earth. This is the technical definition of geography. Am I clear? Right. So if you want to describe something about a object or a thing or a space, what would you do? First we'll need a communicable language. The basic thing is you need to communicate that one, right? So you try to express that in form of words. Okay, but even if he's not understanding, then what do we try to do? We try to plot the diagram. Okay, we try to draw an image of what you are trying to explain and show it to the person. So verbal communication is less communicative than visual communication. So visual communication is more impressive and it's more attractive, and it gives us a lot of information. It's more informative. So that visual communication of our surroundings is nothing but trying to draw a map of your surroundings. So to study earth or to describe earth, what was the best tool the ancient people have taken up? The best tool was maps. They started drawing maps of what they saw around them. They started drawing maps of what they saw around them to maintain an account of the surroundings of their places. So that is the beginning of the history of geography or maps. So maps were the first source of information for geographical studies, and it was not even called geography at that time, right? And the maps, one scientific term here, the art of making maps. What is that called? The art of making maps is called cartography. The art of making maps is called cartography. Clear? So this is just one side note. Just make a note of this point. The art of making maps is called cartography. Right now, the ancient people, they started making an account of the surroundings they saw, and the first people who made such accounts were the Sumerian people. The first people who made such recordings or such accounts were the Sumerian people. Sumeria is the land between two rivers, that is the Tigris and Euphrates. This is the present day Iraq region. Okay, the present day Iraq region. This is called the Mesopotamian civilization. If you stretch yourself a little bit into history, we know that our ancient most in the civilization is Indus Valley civilization, right? And Indus Valley civilization had contemporary civilizations around the world. Okay, contemporary means during the same time period, that of Indus Valley civilization. So the Indus Valley civilization had contemporary civilizations, that is one in Egypt, that is the Egyptian civilization. The second one was the Mesopotamian civilization or Sumerian civilization. Both are same. Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamian civilization. This means the actual meaning is Mesopotamus. Meso means in between. Potamus means rivers. So the land in between two rivers is called a Mesopotamia or Mesopotamian civilization. And what are the two rivers here? World geography, this is important. Tigris and Euphrates. Tigris and Euphrates. And this is one of the most ancient civilizations, and these people had the knowledge of writing, and fortunately we can understand their language. we can understand their language and script. Unlike the Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization, we don't understand their script, right? It is not deciphered yet. But Sumerian civilization script we can understand, right? And these people were the first people to start drawing maps of their surroundings. And the first such map was this one. The first such map was a clay molding on which the frontiers or the borders of a city whose name was Nippur. Okay, Nippur is a city in Babylonia that is a part of Sumerian civilization. If you can see here, you can have see this is Nippur. This is Nippur city, the closest one, right? A small city there. So this city's map is this one, drawn on a clay platelet, okay, a clay epithet, and this is the oldest surviving map drawn by man. And even before that, there is one evidence of a elephant tusk. This is just for your general knowledge. There is an evidence of an elephant tusk which has the mapping of some location, and this elephant tusk was found in Czech Republic. This was found in Czech Republic. So people say that this is the oldest found map made by man, but the formal map of a city is here. We don't know what is this location here, but this is a map of some location. We don't know where is that, what is that. But a formal map of a city was first drawn by Sumerians, and that map is of the city Nippur, which is a part of that civilization. Clear? And from here onwards, that is 300 BC, 3000 BC, 2000 BC, 1000 BC, 600 BC, you come down, we see the development of Greek civilization. And the Greeks were far more, exploring in nature, right? They were far more exploring in nature, and they were always inquisitive about their surroundings, and they dwelled into a lot of the surroundings of their land, and they started to figure out, or they started to propose the shape of the earth, the shape of their continent or their place or their kingdom, and they made their own postulates of the map of the earth. And a few such things are here, right? This was one map which considers that, this is one map by a Greek philosopher, which considers that earth is rectangular in shape. Earth is rectangular in shape, and this is the landmass. This is the landmass, and this is the oceanic part. This is the landmass, this is the oceanic part. But we know this is not true. And there are some scholars like Hecataeus, right? Hecataeus, this person in 500 BC, he drew the map of his known earth. Okay, at that time the entire world was not discovered. At that time the entire world was not discovered. It was only up to what knowledge they had, they started drawing maps, and he drew a map of his knowledge. Okay, this is the landmass. The yellow color part is the landmass. It is surrounded by the ocean, and he has termed it as Oceanus. And this land, it also has the important civilizations of those times. If you see, he knows the Persian Empire, okay, he knows the Arabian countries, these are all the mountain ranges. This is Europa, the northern part of Africa, Libya, Persian Gulf is called Arabian Gulf here. So a lot of things here. So this is the eastern part of Europe and the western part of Asia. That was the knowledge they had of earth at that time, and they started drawing that. And more improvisations were made a lot of times, and in 194 BC, one person by name Eratosthenes, he made some profounding discoveries. We cannot say discovery, or his postulates, theories regarding the planet Earth. Okay, and he was the first person who actually determined that there are different zones of climate on the Earth's surface. Okay, he divided the entire Earth's surface into 5 different climatic zones. Climatic zones. What are the zones? If you consider this as Earth, he has said that there are 2 very cold regions, then 2 moderately cold regions. This is very cold, this is moderately cold regions, and in the center we have a hot climatic region. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he divided the Earth's surface into 5 climatic zones as per his knowledge of those times. So, and he was the first person to coin the term geography. He was the first person to coin the term geography, and he is responsible for making geography as a field of science. He was the first person to establish geography as a field of science or a field of study, to learn something. Okay, it has a separate discipline, it has separate module and separate what we call things to study about, to ponder about. So geography as a science was established by Eratosthenes. That's why he is considered to be the father of geography. He is considered to be the father of geography. Am I clear? He is a Greek philosopher, mathematician, and he is a very inquisitive in nature, and because of his contributions for the science of geographical studies, he is considered to be the father of geography, only geography. Okay, it's not Indian nor modern, because we have other people also who contributed a lot in the modern times. I'll discuss about them. And this great person, Eratosthenes, he has given a picture of his known world. Here you can see India, right? This is the Ariana, means the Iraq, those regions, Asia, and he has also covered the Caspian Sea, the Persian Gulf, Arabia, Gedrosia. All these are the kingdoms of those times, okay, with which they had contacts. The Greeks had contacts, and based on the information given by the travelers, the other philosophers, experts, he has drawn this image. So this is the world map of Eratosthenes, which was drawn in 194 BC. 194 BC. Clear? So this is just for information, right? And coming to the modern times. So this is all the ancient study of geography. Now change the gear. We are shifting to modern sciences, right? And coming to 1700s, 1800s, after Greek, we see more focus on geography being done in the nation of Germany. Okay, we come to the nation of Germany. In Germany, these two people, they are considered to be the founders of modern geography. These two people, I'll write down their names. First one, Alexander von Humboldt. Alexander von Humboldt, this guy, and Karl Ritter. Alexander von Humboldt and Karl Ritter, these two people are those people who are responsible for making geography as a subject in university. They researched so much about the world, they started describing so much about the lands, they even made tours to the Americas, that is North America, South America, the other parts of Europe, the northern parts of Africa, the western parts of Africa, other parts of Asia. They have toured all these places with their teams, and they made detailed accounts of all the different kinds of physical features they saw, the natural vegetation they saw. And Karl Ritter and this guy, Alexander von Humboldt, he's famous for his biogeography. Biogeography means the natural vegetation studies. Okay, so all the natural vegetation, physical features, landforms, the variations, the climatic conditions, all these were listed out, and these people were responsible for making out the contents of geography. what should be studied under geography in the university. That whole syllabus was prepared by them, that content was given by them. Okay, if you are studying geography right now, we are studying the landforms, the plains, the river systems, the natural vegetation, the soil types, etc., 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 right? So all these content was given by these two great scientists. Clear? So, and Alexander von Humboldt and Karl Ritter are considered to be the founders of modern geography. The founders of modern geography. Founders of modern geography. Or you can also call them the fathers of modern geography. Fathers or founders, both are the same. So this is about the modern geographical studies which emerged in Germany around 1800s. Clear? So remember the names, Alexander von Humboldt and Karl Ritter. Next, coming to India. Okay, India, after the Britishers entered India, they started ruling around 60% of the geographical part of India, and they started ruling us under the name of the English East India Company, and they appointed a lot of officers from Britain into India, and they started working here. And one such officer is James Rennell. One such officer was James Rennell. James Rennell. He was an officer who was working in the Bengal province, and because of his knowledge of geographical studies and love for geography, he started surveying the entire Bihar Bengal province and the other parts of India. That is, he started from Ganges and went till Himalayas, and fortunately he escaped there because there was an attack on him and his team by sannyasis of Tibet, where they were brutally injured. He suffered a huge severe injury on his right shoulder bone, and he was brought back to Bengal after 6 or 7 days, where he was cured. All these things happened, but his journey was so adventurous at that time. He started from Ganges, went till Himalayas. He tried to map the entire region. Then he mapped the entire Bihar Bengal province. Then the basin, the river basin of Ganga. All these were mapped, and he prepared the modern maps of India at those times. Okay, James Rennell. That's why he is considered to be the father of Indian geography. He is considered to be the father of Indian geography, James Rennell, and this is the map prepared by James Rennell in 1880s. And if you see here this map, this image is indicative of the subordination of Indians to Great Britain. Okay, this has nothing to do with the map. Just because you are an Indian, I just wanted to talk about this. This image here, this shows that the Pandits that is the scholars of ancient India, they were giving all the important Puranas or Vedics into the hands of Britannia, that is the mother of Britain. Now we have Bharat Mata, right? ఇప్పుడు మనకి భారత్ మాత ఉంది. అలాగే the mother of Britain is called Britannia మన బిస్కెట్ పేరు. బ్రిటానియాకి they were handing over the scriptures, asking her to take care of them in very subservient attitude. అంటే చాలా హంబుల్ అయ్యి వినమ్రంగా ఇస్తున్నారు అన్నమాట వాళ్ళు. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ట్రయింగ్ టు పోర్ట్రే as a subordinate species, and ఒక moral subjugation తీసుకొచ్చేస్తున్నారు ఇండియన్స్ పైన. This symbol was used widely by the Britishers to gain moral authority over Indians at that time. Okay, but this has nothing to do with the map, out of the topic, but మీకు తెలియాలి కాబట్టి చెప్తున్నాను నేను ఇది, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఈజ్ a classic map of India prepared by James Rennell at that time, and he had made a lot of surveys. I would just like to give you a glimpse. Okay, this is the Bihar and Bengal province map prepared by him. This is the river basin of Ganga. Okay, the entire basin of Ganga prepared by him, and this is the plot of South India, that is the peninsular India. Okay, so this is about James Rennell. Clear? And now we have completed the why, what and who, the people who are right now helping us to learn geography or to study geography. Clear?
All ఆల్ కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ కి సంబంధించిన ఏపీ జనరల్ స్టడీస్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 6 months వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 999 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. క్విక్ అర్థమెటిక్ ఆర్ఎస్ అగర్వాల్ న్యూ ఎడిషన్ వీడియోస్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 3 months వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 99 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ హైకోర్టు ఆన్లైన్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 6 months వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 899 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ ప్రిలిమ్స్ మరియు మెయిన్స్ ఎస్ఐ కానిస్టేబుల్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 1 year వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 1299 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. అదనంగా 10 books ఉచితంగా పంపబడును. ఎస్ఎస్సి జీడీ కానిస్టేబుల్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 3 months వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 699 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఏపీపీఎస్సీ గ్రూప్ 4 ఫుల్ కోర్స్ 1 year వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 1299 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. అదనంగా నోటిఫికేషన్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత 5 books ఉచితంగా పంపబడును. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ ఎస్జిటి ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ వితౌట్ సైకాలజీ ప్యాకేజ్ కేవలం 999 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ టెట్ ప్లస్ డిఎస్సి ఎస్జిటి ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ప్యాకేజ్ కేవలం 1499 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ డిఎస్సి స్కూల్ అసిస్టెంట్ కంటెంట్ అండ్ మెథడ్స్, తెలుగు కంటెంట్ అండ్ మెథడ్స్, గణితం కంటెంట్ అండ్ మెథడ్స్, సోషల్ కంటెంట్ అండ్ మెథడ్స్, జీవశాస్త్రం కంటెంట్ అండ్ మెథడ్స్ మరియు ఇంగ్లీష్ కంటెంట్ అండ్ మెథడ్స్ ఏ ప్యాకేజ్ అయినా కేవలం 1499 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మరియు తెలంగాణ గ్రూప్ 2 ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ప్యాకేజ్ 1 year వ్యాలిడిటీతో కేవలం 1499 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే. ఈ ఆఫర్ మీ సొంతం చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నారా? అయితే వెంటనే ప్లే స్టోర్ లో ఉంచి ఎస్ఎన్ఎస్ పబ్లికేషన్స్ యాప్ అనేది డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ పర్చేస్ చేసుకోగలరు. For any other details, please contact 8070 555 777 90320 64822.